Yo, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Hey, yo. Gang, 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 gang. What's good, everybody, man? I know you see it's a little bit of a different setup today. You know, I got the little sunburn going, you know what I mean? What's good, everybody, though, man? Welcome to the morning show. We're on the road, but we're still making it work. I am visiting some family right now, so you can see we're not at the usual setup, but it's still the same setup. We're still good to go. I can hear my voice because I got my interface plugged in. This is kind of different. What up, though, man? Giuliano Gennaro, Vela Beats, G Clues, Leno, we good? I know Leno just gave me a call. Are we good to go? Is everything A1? 2 thumbs up. G Clues, K Kemp, Robert M. You see, look, I got the old school coffee mug today too, and I forgot to bring one of my mugs. The mic? Oh, the mic's not working. Vocals pan to the left. Let's see if we can figure that out. Vocal pan to the left. We don't want that the whole episode. So let me see here. How the hell do you fix that in Streamlabs? Properties, filters. Let me see. Vocals pan to the left. G'd up beat says F you Dylan gang. I respect it. No, I don't really respect it, but let me see. I don't know how to fix this. Damn. Let me see. Maybe if we go to filters, maybe there's a mono to stereo. Weird. Because I'm on my interface. Let me go to my MIDI settings. We hear you. Turn up the mic volume. Okay. Yo, yo, yo. Is that better? I'm trying to figure out how to make it not pan to the left, because it's coming across not pan to the left for me. And let me see. Appreciate you guys just getting it set up for the rest of the week. I know we got 99 people in here. I got 99 problems. Let me see. Streamlabs. Let me go to the settings. One time. Audio. Built-in microphone. Let's see this now. How about that? Is that good? Are we still left? We're still left. Well, I'm not gonna do this much longer. We're just gonna have to keep it going, and we'll get it ready for tomorrow, I guess. Let me try one more thing. You good? It sounds fine. All right. It's only in one ear though. That's what I'm saying. We got a dope episode today though. While I'm getting this going, we got Mike Mixer in the building. That's actually his tag. And we were talking about Mike. So the reason we got Mike on the show, you know, we've been knowing Mike for quite some time now. Like I said in the last episode with TNT, he's a producer that we just been running into, you know, since day one, moving around here in Atlanta. He's a pretty unique character, you know, with his networking game and, you know, his whole look and everything, man. So we're definitely gonna talk about that. And if you guys know who I'm talking about, Mike Mixer, he let me see here. Appearance, sound, video, audio. So it says it requires a restart if I do mono. I don't want to do that. Let's see. Is it mono yet? Are we good? All right, whatever. We're just gonna run with it. We will figure it out for tomorrow. My apologies on the mic situation. Let me see here. Properties. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but I guess we'll have to run with it. At least you guys can hear me. At least it's not anything tragic. So yeah, we are on the road. I know it's a different mic setup, a little bit more closer, a little bit more personal. You can't see everything that's going on behind the scenes like usual. But yeah, we got What's good, Giuliano, man? What's good? Meek, what's good, bro? Meek, man, your shit's usually in the left ear anyway, so this is payback for you. It's listenable. Okay, cool. That's all. Is it nice and loud and clear? We good? We're not clipping or whatever. Blah blah blah. I can hear my voice, which is kind of helps a little bit too. I might have to run with this setup as far as the audio if we can fix the left ear situation. But yeah, so Mike Mixer, man, if you guys remember, who was here for the TNT episode on Friday? Who was tuned in? That was a really dope episode. Shout out to TNT. And we were talking about, because he's from South Carolina, and he said one of the people that he first was I think they linked up in South Carolina was Mike Mixer, and they were collabing and working together and stuff. And look at this camera, by the way. Old school camera. You see this? It's crazy. But yeah. So the TNT interview was dope. Okay, yeah. I really like that interview. Left ears are lit. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the heck. I really don't know why the Focusrite is being like this, but there's no switch to make it mono or stereo. Let me see. Let me try this. Yo. No. Oh well, it's a sad thing. It kind of really makes me upset that we're gonna have an interview like this with an entire left ear. But it is illegal to drink coffee out of that type of cup. Yeah, you know what I mean. This is the grandma's house cup, and we got a weird light situation too. I kind of look like I got like the Messiah behind me. But yeah, so shout out to Mike Mixer. Let me see. Let me get this Zoom here going. So yeah, so if you guys were here for the TNT, he's actually one of the people that TNT first was able to link up with down here in Atlanta and just kind of help him start moving around in the city. Let's see if Mike Mixer is in the building. He is. Okay, so yeah, we'll get right into the interview here. I'm used to my double screen thing here, but I guess we're just gonna make it work. So let's go to, let's bring him in. Let's do it. And then, oh yeah, so we'll do this like we usually do. Let me pull up my notes here too. I will ask my questions. We'll get Mike's come up story. We'll get some good gems, some good advice from him. And then we will, of course, bring it. Maybe I should pull it up on my phone. Maybe that'd be better if I pull it, since I'm not doing double screen here. We will open up to live Q&A. So the link is in the description if you guys want to tap into the live Q&A. As always, definitely ask some good questions here. Morning show. Boom. Okay, cool. So I got my notes and we're good to go. I got my notes, got my coffee. We got the gang here. We got the interview guest here. Let's get it. Fornudo's cooking heat. Oh shoot. Let me see, we're good. Okay, yeah, we are good.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Mike Mixer's in the building. What's good, bro?
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Chilling, man. How you doing? I see you over there at Death Star.
Heck yeah, man. We at Death Star in Atlanta. If y'all ever in Atlanta, y'all gotta pull up on us.
Most that, man, I've been there before. You just talking to the chat.
Oh.
You
doing you right now?
What? Say what?
It's just me and you right now?
No, the whole chat's here, man. We're live. We got 151 people in the building.
Oh, okay, cool.
So don't say no wild shit.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so are you doing a late night? You been there all night, or did you get there early?
No, I just got here early. I decided to go home.
Okay. Are you typically more of a late night session guy, or you're more of an early morning riser?
Yeah, my days usually start around like 6 o'clock.
Okay.
At night.
You wake up at 6?
No, I'll start moving around at 6.
Okay, yeah.
I usually wake up around like 2 o'clock in the evening, and then I'm usually out all night.
Okay, most definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think that's typical producer time frame in Atlanta for sure.
Yeah.
But now I know. So you're used to and I don't mean to profile you or anything. I know you're used to early morning rising, going and catching some fish. And
yeah,
stuff
right.
like that. So I know this is a big change up, and we definitely want to talk about that. So for the people that know, man, I was telling them TB said Death Star is too lit. Yeah, shout out to TB and shout out to everyone that grabbed the TB All You Need expansion pack this weekend. It was lit. But yeah, so for the people that don't know, man, Mike Mixer is definitely a unique character here, man. He's as you can see, he's got his fisherman, his tank top, and this is when you see Mike in person. This is how you see him, bro. This is how
Hey
you
man,
see,
I got the flip flops
the
on.
open toe flip flops. You know what I mean? The thong toes. This is real Mike. You know what I mean? He gives you his authentic character. You know what I mean? You don't get a Mike that dresses up a certain way just to move around in the studios. And I want to talk about that too. We're definitely gonna talk more about that. But I wanna really start from the beginning, man. I know you're from a small. I was doing some research on Latta, South Carolina. It's one population 1,137 or some crazy shit like that.
Right, it's super small, man. You could throw a rock from one side of the town to the other.
That's crazy. And in one of your past interviews, I heard you said you were like literally in a class of 800 people or 80 people.
Yeah, I graduated with like 89 people or something like that.
You probably have a personal relationship with literally everybody in your graduating class.
Right, and everybody under my graduating class, and even as far as like 5 or 6 years under me, like I know everybody.
That's crazy. Like one banger party would literally require like everyone from 3 grades of people to be there.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
That's crazy.
No girls, like you gotta like, we didn't have Tinder back then, so like, and all that kind of wild stuff. So we, you know, if you didn't know nobody, like you ain't had nobody pulling up to your party. So
that's crazy. So I mean, so give us a little background information about your life growing up, man. You know, before you started making beats. I know you, like you said, you grew up hunting, fishing.
Right.
You know, what kind of music were you listening to, and how did you even lead into making beats? You know, being from that kind of place.
Well, okay, so I didn't start making beats until freshman year in college.
Okay.
I had no intentions on making beats. I grew up typical, you know, slow moving, slow town, where, you know, on the weekends you'd either go to the beach because I was an hour away from the beach, or you would just hunt or just cut grass or watch football or do cookouts and stuff like that. And then I went to college, and there was a guy in our hallway who had FL Studio. And then back in 2013, it was Fruity Loops. You know, they didn't call it FL.
Right.
If you had it, you might call it FL. But he introduced me to the program, and then I kind of just started messing around with it. But then I put it down for like a year because I couldn't figure out how to do it. And then I was listening to the radio, like, you know, in like 2014, the DJ Mustards and how simple the beats were.
Right.
I just remember, I'm like, man, I can do this. Like, I definitely can do this. So I just started spending more time, like, just teaching myself how to make beats. And this was when, like, there wasn't a lot of YouTube tutorials back then either.
Right.
Like that was just starting to become a thing, like back in like 2013, 14-ish. So
for sure.
But we didn't do anything, man. And I was working on a boat, and, you know, like you said, I was taking people fishing every day. Like that was my life. And then when I was done with that,
in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, well, Little River, South Carolina.
Okay.
Which is it's like Little River, North Myrtle, then Myrtle Beach.
Okay, got you.
So, yeah, but it was, I mean, you know, I was just making beats on the side as for fun.
So what kind of music did you always grow up listening to? Rap music?
Yeah, I grew up. I remember when I was a kid, my dad he bought me an Eminem CD, and then like 2 weeks later he tore it up and burned it.
Damn, which one was it? Do you remember?
The Curtains called.
Curtains.
I think it was a Curtain call.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I remember, man. In 3rd grade, my mom bought me the Marshall Mathers LP, the unedited version, and she didn't give a shit anyway. So that was kind of crazy. How old are you in 3rd grade? You're like 9 or 10. And my mom was just letting me listen to this crazy shit. And yeah, that was for me. That was like my first, like, it was Eminem and 50. Like then like the 8 Mile movie came out, so that was like my introduction into it, and then then it kind of just led me into everything else. But so you start making beats, and when you first discovered it, like how soon before you realized like, yo, this is my passion? Like, and well, actually, let's take it back. Like, when you were going to college, what did you think your life was going to be? Like, what were you going to college for? What was like your goal?
So I went to Coastal Carolina, and I originally went for marine science.
Okay.
You know, I like fishing and stuff. I thought that was my call. And then I realized that I couldn't do the math. So then I switched over to rec and sport management. And then I got a degree in that. And then I thought I was just going to graduate, work at a state park system, and then work a regular 9 to 5. But it seemed like when I was making beats, everything with music was getting in the way of that. But it was all good stuff. It was never nothing bad. So it was like, you know, I might do something here and then this would happen. And then I might meet this person. And then it's like people kept telling me, yo, your beats are hard. Like you should keep making beats. And even my ex at the time was telling me you should pursue a career in it. And I didn't really, you know, I was so comfortable because I was making money when I was working. Like after college, when I graduated, I was making money. I was making like $300-400 a day. Like who's gonna, you know, get away from $300-400 a day on top of a paycheck? So I was making, that was just tips from just taking people out.
So you're making So you're making $300-400 a day in tips.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the boats, just taking people out. And then so it was like, dang, do I really want to leave that? You know?
Right.
And then but yeah, like I don't know if I'm going off topic.
No, this is good. We want to hear the whole come up story. I like going into detail. So you're doing your thing, you know, you're working your job, you're making pretty good money, sounds like.
Right.
You finished college, you're still making beats.
Still making beats. I'd go to work at 4:00 in the morning. I'd get at the dock at 5. We'd leave at 6:00 in the morning. I'd get home around some nights 12:00 at night.
Okay.
Some nights in the afternoon, or some nights like around 9ish, and then I would make like 2 beats. Well, I go to the gym if I get off, and then I make 2 beats every day, and then I go to sleep. And then I get up and do it again, same day. This was every day.
Gotcha.
We didn't have days off. Like in the summertime, every day.
So making beats though, like, cause you know, being from this small ass town, 1,100 people, is like a neighborhood basically.
A neighborhood basically.
Your internet connection's a little bit choppy too. Just
is shaky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, hold on, let me see.
I don't know what it is, man. I feel like every studio in Atlanta, like, it's rare to come across a really good internet connection.
Let me see.
Yeah, you look like you're like in a fourth dimension or something.
Nice. That's kind of how it is in this room.
Facts though. Star Wars theme. Right. So yeah, we'll give you a second. Can't hear Dylan. You can't hear me. Oh, you can't hear me in the right ear. Yeah, but you can hear me in the left though. Let me turn my mic up just a little bit too. Yo. What's good, chat, man? Lace Bacon, Giuliano.
What about now? Can you hear me a little better?
Yeah, we could always hear you good. It's just your video is just a little choppy, but you're good. You're good. It's not too big of a deal. So yeah, so like I was saying, being from this very small town, how did you is it you got the video on the background or something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Turn the YouTube video off.
What did I do? Oh, okay. How do I do that?
Just X out the YouTube video or something like that.
Oh. Okay. And this ain't even my computer, so like where I'm like staying at, like the power went out, and like so I can't even get into where I'm like staying at right now. So my computer's in there.
Leno,
can you hear me?
Yeah. Leno, I seen you just text me. What is the down mix to mono audio setting? I don't know where that is. Let me see if I can find it. Output audio.
I can hear you a lot better now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Leno. I guess we're just gonna have to figure this out till tomorrow, because I don't know where this down mix button is. Oh well, maybe you can send me a picture or something, Leno. So like I was saying, being in this very small town, what was your idea of how you were gonna get on? Did you know you had to like leave that place and move to like somewhere like Atlanta, or what were your early networking steps and career moves?
So I had found this producer on Twitter. His name was Strib. And from what it looked like to me, from the outside looking in, it looked like he was on. So I hit him up and I was like, hey man, let's work. And he was charging me for collabs, right?
Uh-huh.
So he was charging me $50 and I was paying him like every other like 2 weeks or something, like for collabs.
Okay.
But I wasn't trying to get a placement. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you could do that. You know, I didn't know you could work with big artists because I just didn't know. But the only reason why I was working with him was because his beats sounded better than mine. So I would take all the beats I made, bounce them into waves, and then send them to him and let him, you know, redo them. And then he would send them back and I was listening. And then just me doing that, like eventually created a connection there, which led to my first like placement that made me decide to move to Atlanta.
I know in your other interview, I forget what was it? What's the name of that platform? Something Hearted?
Hustle Hearted.
Hustle Hearted. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to them. Now I heard you were talking about, you were originally, and you kind of just said you weren't paying for collabs to get placements. You were paying to collabs to just hear other perspectives on beats you started and just kind of hear like what could this sound like with, you know, someone that's, you know, like you said, more advanced than you at the time. So yeah, talk about that, man. So you were really just you were using collabs as a way to learn and progress.
Right. Cause his, like, I don't know what it was. Like I had paid other people for collabs too, but they just literally just took what I sent them and just put drums on it, which I didn't like. Cause I was like, I already did that. So I was like, I wanted somebody to flip it and try to make it sound different. And Strib, he would take it and flip everything I would send him. And when he sent it back, it was a completely different beat. And his drums, like, cause you know, when you're in Atlanta, like your drums are going to sound different.
Okay.
Like when you're in the scene and you hear like what's new, like your drums will usually sound a little bit different. And he was moving around at the time, and the stuff he was sending back, I was like, dang, I would listen to it. Like I would literally listen and listen and listen. I'm like, I got to make my drums sound like that because my stuff doesn't sound like that. My bass isn't hitting like that. My snares aren't clean like that. So, you know, it was just a good thing to listen to. You know, that's the only thing I had. Like nobody really there was people making beats like where I was at, but nobody was really, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you didn't even have anyone to collaborate really in your hometown?
Not really. I had my boy like John. He made beats. He was from South Carolina. I had Flock Rock, Gorilla Noise. Like they're from South Carolina. I was making beats with them, but Flock, he used machines, so I didn't use machine. I used FL.
Okay.
And so there was a very limited people who even made beats. Okay. I don't know how it is now, but.
Now, real quick, chat. Let me know. I found the down mix to mono. So let me know. Am I in mono now? Are we good? Are we in both ears? Let me know. But so now I heard you mention that this actually turned into a placement. So you actually, you know, were doing your thing, trying to learn and get better, and you actually ended up getting a placement. Right. What was that placement? Hold on, let me turn the entire chat on if we can.
So the first placement was Montana.
Okay.
Through a collab. Now before that, I had already had a song with Schoolie, and I had a song with 21 Savage. But that was on us paying for them to jump on a beat. But for a collab, it was Montana and then Dae Dae. And then Dae Dae is the reason. It's crazy, bro, because Dae Dae is a part of a lot that, like, how do I put this? Like, just knowing him put me in a lot of different situations. Like, if it wasn't for him, there was certain situations, like with Jacquees. Like, he did a song with Jacquees that got me in the room with him. Just knowing, just being able to say, hey, you did a song on my beat with Dae Dae, and that got me in the room with like Jacquees. And then like he gave, when I got that Plies and Kodak placement, he gave Strib the email to send the beat to.
Gotcha.
So it's crazy how, you know what I mean, like it just works. Like just knowing people, like they might, hey, you could, you know, Plies needs some beats. I was just with him at the studio. I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened. And then, you know, they gave him the email. And that was a paid collab. That one with Strib that ended up on a tape. Like that was a paid collab. So
now, okay, so rewind a little bit. So you guys said that you had actually paid for a rapper to rap on your beat, right? And
yeah, we paid for a feature.
Yeah. So this was like a song that you guys are putting out, like you like Mike Mixer and Strib featuring.
No. It was my boy Lil Doug. Do you know Lil Doug? Have you met him before?
I never met him, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So when I met him in college, we just started working every day, and he was like, I want to go get a feature from Schoolie. You think I should do it? I was like, sure. And then we paid Schoolie for the feature, and then it just happened to be my beat. And then the same thing with 21. This was right before 21 dropped his first tape of Metro before he really blew up.
Savage Mode, yeah.
Yeah, Savage Mode. Like we paid him like I think it was like 4 bands or something.
Okay.
For a 21 feature, and like, you know, that was the night he recorded No Heart. I was there when he recorded it.
Oh, that's dope. So yeah, this was big for you. So now you have an actual credit on your portfolio, your you know what I mean, whatever you can say, like you can introduce yourself as, yeah, I'm Mike Mixer, I produced for 21, blah blah blah.
Right.
And I think that's really big. I think that's really dope. Any producer you know, should really try to leverage, you know, artists that they're working closely with, if they have a budget to, you know, even if you pitch in, you're like, yo bro, let's get this collab from this artist and we can go half on it, whatever, we can split the royalties, and you know, line up business moves like that, because that can really open up doors, like as you said it did for you, especially once you did get that second collab, or the your first like official placement, who was with you said it was with Schoolie and Dae Dae, you said?
It was my first official was through Strip, through a collab, was Michael Montana and Dae Dae. The Schoolie was just me.
Okay, yeah. So okay, so now were these official situations like with producer agreements, or was it kind of just like an unorganized kind of thing?
Nah, man, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
See, at the time, I was still thinking like, I'm not gonna do this. Like when I did the stuff with Schoolie and like 21, like that was just awesome. Like, all right, we're just gonna go do it. But I wasn't thinking at that time of even pursuing music as a career. Even I was still in college when all this was going on. So I was still like, dude, I gotta graduate. I gotta get a job. You know how it is. Your family's telling you gotta work and you gotta do this. You gotta make money. You gotta pay your bills. Like we all know this. So it's like I wasn't even really thinking about it. I didn't even know what that stuff was.
For sure. Now, so you got this first placement here, and then you said that that's kind of what motivated you to move to Atlanta. So talk to us about that mindset and those changes in your thought process and whatever, and what just made you decide, you know, to move to Atlanta.
All right, I got you. So like when I was living at the beach, like it was literally every day the same thing. Get up, go to work out, eat dinner, then make some beats, and then go to sleep. Wake up, and do it. Same thing over and over again. So I was on my way to Atlanta in October of 2017 for A3C. I was gonna come up here, and I was gonna have a flash drive full of beats, and I was just gonna go around A3C and just pass them out.
Gotcha.
And then I was gonna have my information and contact and all that kind of stuff. And so I got a call, and I decided to go back to Myrtle Beach, and it was my ex. She was talking to me. She was telling me, she was like that's the reason why I came back. That's a different story, but she was telling me, she was like, do you still make beats? And I was like, yeah. She was like, you should move to Atlanta. And, you know, I'm like, all right, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do it. So I put my 2 weeks notice in at where I was working, and I had no idea about nothing. I had nowhere to stay. I had like $5,000 to my name. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to just move. And then literally on my last day at work, I wake up in the morning to a phone call that says, hey man, you're on Plies and Kodak's tape. So I didn't even know that was coming out. So that was like, remember when I was telling you earlier, it was like everything in music was going, but everything in life was kind of just staying the same.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. It was like, all right, cool. Like this is my last day at work, and I literally have something to get my foot in the door if I'm in Atlanta. I can use that to my advantage as soon as I get there. Like I got a placement. And then also at the time, like none of my family knew I was making beats. None of my friends knew. So like when I told everybody I was moving to Atlanta, it was like you're doing what?
Right.
You can't do that.
Like where is this coming from, Mike?
Where did this even come from? Like you've been making beats this whole time? Like what are you even doing? Like
right. What do you mean making beats?
Yeah, like what like are you in a band? I'm like, nah, like you know how it is, like, right. Oh, okay. So it's like but then since I had Plies and Kodak, it's like you can't really say nothing because that's a veteran and one of the hottest artists at that time and still in the world. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't really say nothing. And then I had that, and then literally 4 days later, I packed my Jeep up and I moved to Atlanta. I didn't really like. I had a place to stay, but I didn't have like nothing stable. You know what I mean?
Real outdoorsman. Even had the Jeep.
Yeah, I had a Jeep Wrangler with the it was had the cherry bomb in the back, 210s in the back.
Dope. So
Yeah.
So did you're moving to Atlanta? Do you know anybody here? Do you have a place already picked out? Like what is that looking like?
I knew like 5 people. I knew Strib. I knew another producer named Don Lee, and then my friend from college. He had a house up here, and then I knew my my current manager.
Okay.
At the time, so I didn't really know a lot of people, but I knew enough to where okay, I can go here. I know at least I can make beats with somebody who has connections.
Yeah.
So
that's all you needed.
That's literally all you need.
So were you gonna get your own place, or were you staying with one of them, or?
I was just staying with my buddy Ryan. I was staying him. I was sleeping in a basement on the concrete floor on like a freaking like a mattress pad with some sheets on it. I still got the picture.
Yeah.
Like I was thugging it out. My Jeep got stolen. I lived on the west side of Atlanta on Tiger Flowers. If you know where that's at, it's not not the best place to be. You know, my Jeep got stolen. There was one time people called the law and they started shooting at the cops on the street. Like it was just some crazy stuff was going on. But yeah, like my Jeep was stolen. Like that when that happened, that literally happened right when I moved there. Like literally 4 months later, I went to LA with TNT, who you had on the last one. Our first trip out to LA, came back, Jeep was stolen.
Wow.
At the house. Somebody came over there and tried to steal it.
Were they hotwired or some shit?
Nah, well, yeah, they tried to, but it was a stick too, and they couldn't drive it.
Okay.
So they didn't go very far, but they did enough damage, and that put me out of a car for like 4 months. And then I had to, you know, I'm still living on what I had saved. I ain't made no money yet, and so I'm having to Uber everywhere, and I was spending like $200 something a week on Uber.
Yeah.
Because I was doing my studio runs, I was going everywhere.
Right. As you should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell you what, if you move to Atlanta or you move anywhere to do something, do it. Don't do anything else. Like I told myself, I'm not gonna get a job because I came here to make music. I ain't come here to work at a freaking 9 to 5. I can do that back home.
Yeah.
So that was my mindset. So, but that's how I came up here. You know, like I just came up here off of whatever. I was just thinking I'd rather be broke and try something that can make me some money than have just a stable money you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I'd rather
go ahead.
Try something than not do it, because you never know. If it don't work, I can always go back.
Right. A couple questions. How old were you when you actually like moved out to Atlanta?
22.
22. Okay, gotcha. So you're at that young age where it's like, you know, it's like, bro, I could waste the next 3 years, fall flat on my face, and I'm still young enough to pick myself up and go back home and, you know what I mean, right, and get a job or whatever. So I feel like when you are young like this, it's like, don't be afraid to take these risks. Like, you know what I mean, just go with your gut. Like, you know, be smart about it. You know what I mean, don't just like be making, you know, crazy decisions that, you know what I mean, or whatever. But, you know, I mean, I feel like don't be afraid to take those risks. So did the savings, the little nest egg savings that you had, was that able to last you until you started making money in music, or did you ever get down to like low on money points?
Nah, it definitely didn't last me, because when my car got stolen, I didn't have the right insurance, so all that had to come out of pocket. I ended up being stupid and getting a DUI.
Wow.
At one point, so that kind of ran my money out, and then but luckily I had fell into a little bit of money due to some people passing away in the family. It wasn't much. It was like another 5,000. So that actually wasn't even nobody passing away. We had like some inheritance or something weird, and so it was like another $5,000. So that kind of helped. But I ended up being homeless for a little while.
Wow.
I've slept in the Walmart parking lots. I've slept at my buddy's apartments parking lots. I've slept in the studios. I've ran out of gas going to studios and then staying there for a week. People thinking I'm working. I can't leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just there. So like, yeah, it definitely didn't it definitely ran out. I had to find other ways to make money, but I didn't want to get a job. So I started Ubering and stuff like that.
Okay.
And with the Ubers, I was working only on the weekends and I was making like $600 a weekend on Ubers. I was Ubering 12 hours a day.
Dope.
On the weekends because it's kind of slow at the studio sometimes in the weekends.
So man, put us in your mindset, you know, when you're homeless and you're sleeping in these Walmart parking lots, what drove you to stay here instead of being like, you know what, let me go back home, let me you know?
Because it's like I said before, like everything in life might be sucking, but everything in music is going well. So I just took the good with the bad. Like, okay, I'm in my park, I'm sleeping in my car, but I'm working with A-list artists.
Right.
Or B-list. I'm working with the best. I'm working with people who are popping. So, all right, I'm sleeping in my car, but I still know people who, you know what I mean? Like I know that if I just keep at it, it'll eventually something will happen.
Most
so
definitely.
It's like when you watch a baby trying to walk, you know, they get up and fall, get up and fall. Eventually they gonna get it. You know what I mean? It don't matter how much they fall, eventually they will stand up and start walking. So it's kind of how it is in the music. Like eventually something will happen to where you're good. Like you'll start making money. Like, and the money's slow. It's real slow, especially if you ain't got your paperwork down and you ain't got a lawyer or something. Like yours gonna be slow for you.
Right.
Because it was slow for me. Trust me, it's been slow. Sometimes it's still slow. Like it's crazy. Like you just gotta wait and you just gotta keep working though. You can't stop.
No, most definitely. And I wanna get into, you know, in a second here, you know, some of these bigger placements. I know, you know, you've worked 2 Chainz and Quavo and all these big major artists. But let's rewind a little bit. You know, when you first, you know, moved here to Atlanta, started, you know, moving around sessions, and you know, we talked about this in the beginning. You know, you definitely don't dress like any other producer really in Atlanta. Like
I'm shorts, flip flops all year round.
You know what I mean? Like you're ready to go fishing at any time, ready to go catch some waves at any time. But I think that's dope because you're being yourself. You know, you're not trying to be someone you're not. Did you get any weird vibes from people when you first, you know, were moving around sessions, of people probably, you know, prejudging you when you first, like, who the hell is this guy?
To be honest with you, dude, like I think so. I spent a lot of my first time down here at 11th Street, at 11th Street Studios.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of the way I dressed that I could just walk into a room and maybe they thought I was like an intern or an engineer or something. Cause I always got asked, am I the engineer? Every time.
Okay.
The engineer could be sitting in the seat and they're asking me, are you engineering? I'm like, no, I do make beats though. Oh, okay. We'll pull up something. When I first got down here, I would camp out at these studios. I would just be in the studio and I would always get to know the people at the front desk and talk to them because those are the ones that's going to let you in. And I would always talk to the engineers and get to know them because they're also going to be the ones that's going to, you know, let you into the session. So every time I'd be in the studio, I'd just walk up to the engineer and just start talking, and then I'd kind of just hang out in the room. And then, but now I had a gun pulled out on me one time.
Really?
Yeah, not like pointed at me, but like let it be known, like, you know, who are you? And like they just kind of, I'm not gonna say the artist. I think I've said it in an interview though, but it was kind of weird. Like it was a weird vibe. But nah, I haven't really got any bad. Nah, usually people are pretty cool. Like as long as you're cool, like, you know, nobody's really been on some kick you out type stuff.
Right. No, I was just kind of just more talking about just like, you know, people like what the hell, you know what I mean, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes yeah, cause like it is kind of weird if you see a dude pull up in the studio in shorts and flip flops when it's 30 degrees outside and he plays a beat and it's hard. Like, you know, I do get some responses sometimes, but I mean nothing. I don't really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
You know,
no,
I don't really
like I said, man. I think it's dope. You know, to just have that confidence and, you know, being just cool with, you know, like, yo, this is me, take it or leave it kind of thing. With that said though, was there ever any times where you kind of were like, thought maybe you had to conform to the typical Atlanta drip, the typical Atlanta look, like, you know?
No, but I did get a Gucci sweatshirt.
Okay, that's lit.
To you know, just to let you know, because I ain't gonna lie, you do kind of like, you do need to have some kind of like, if you gonna either, you, because in Atlanta, like people got swag. They got, you can't outdress a dresser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna dress up, you better dress up all the way, or you're gonna look funny. So me, I just look funny all the way. So it's like I don't even gotta try, because if I try, it might throw it off. You know what I mean? Because you just gotta be who you are. Like if you a fresh dresser, like be fresh, but if not, like just be yourself. Like no one's gonna judge you. They might talk about you later, but they'll at least they talking about you.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly, and it's people are gonna always remember you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not just gonna be like, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, that one kid. You know what I mean? People, once they see you and they spend some time with you, they're definitely gonna remember you. You're gonna kind of burn an image in their brain. But I think that's also dope too, because I think that speaks to like branding and, you know what I mean? Fast forward like down the line to, when you're ready to, maybe start, putting out your own kind of like music or whatever, you know what I mean? Kind of like not rapping, but producing and mic
Right.
mixer featuring blah blah blah. Like I just think that overall, like in music videos and artwork and stuff, I just think that can really play an advantage. I think it will definitely be an advantage for you as far
as man. I still want to do if we ever do another beat breakdown, we're gonna do it on a boat.
That'd be fire.
I still want to do that on a pontoon boat or something at Lake Lanier.
That'd be hard. Yeah, we definitely got to do that. We got to figure out the logistics though,
real
the waterproofing equipment or whatever. But I think that'll be dope though. I think we've talked about that too. I remember.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Like we were gonna do an interview on a boat or something.
Yeah, that would be hard. That'd be hard. So yeah, man. Let's talk about, man. So this next part right here I think is important, because I think not a lot of people are open about speaking about these weird kind of situations that happen and the kind of just weird vibe. How would I describe this? Kind of just we'll just talk about it. So in your Hustle Harder interview, you talked about a situation where you had a session with Fetty Wap and he was like 4 or 5 hours late, and when he did finally get there, another producer kind of slid in and played beats before you, kind of just, and I thought it was dope that you talked about this, because I think this is the type of weird stuff that happens often, especially to producers in the beginning, and I think it's a lot of things that people can be caught off guard, like, oh damn, I didn't know it was like this. So I think it's dope for the viewers to kind of hear about situations like this. Can you kind of tell that story a little bit?
Yeah, so Fetty Wap pulled up, and I'm excited to work with Fetty Wap, because I mean it's Fetty Wap.
Right.
And so yeah, we get there I got there a little bit early, and then I'm waiting. I'm making beats, I'm going through beats, and I'm talking to his partner, like I'm playing him beats, and like, man, Fetty's gonna love this, blah 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 blah. And then Fetty walks in the room, and like I said, like he was late, and then I go literally to go play beats for him, and then another guy walks in that the label wanted to play beats, and then he had to play, like he played his beats first, and I was like, crap. So then I literally had to sit through another, like just a song that was taking forever, and then I was like, man, dang. So a lot of don't get discouraged when that kind of stuff happens. You just got to stick around, like you just got to wait your turn. But then, like, after he got done with the song, he went to play more beats. And I was like, bro, come on. Like, I'm literally sitting here trying to play beats for this man. Like, they set me up in this room for him. Like, but when he started playing beats, like, Fetty started falling asleep on the couch. And then I had to go out and go get somebody to, you know what I mean? Like, because I didn't want to be rude. So, and then, like, I played, like, one beat, and then they did the song. And but like it was kind of weird, but I've had other situations like that too, where I've just been in a room and had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. You know what I mean? You just gotta, like, 3-4 days waiting.
Right.
Like you just gotta keep coming around and just wait your turn. Like so yeah, it was a weird situation, but it was whatever.
Nah, but no, because when I was watching the Hustle Hard interview and I heard you talk about that, I'm like, damn, this is, in all these episodes we've really talked about, no one's ever really kind of kept it. I wouldn't even say maybe kept it real, but maybe it just didn't come up. We didn't even ask a question that kind of provoked it. But I think that that I was just like, damn, this is some real shit that happens all the time. Like you just, you know, you don't really expect in the beginning kind of thing. So I thought it was dope to cover that. So yeah, man. So talk about so you're down here in Atlanta. You're going through these tough times, these weird situations. You know, you're keeping your head up though. You're staying staying focused. You're staying driven. What were some of the placement and opportunities that really kind of helped you turn corners and really start getting some momentum going?
Probably the Moneyman placement with Traumatone.
Shout out to Traumatone, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to him. He's really helped me a lot, especially in the beginning. And that came about from us being on that FEMA project, that Plies and Kodak tape that came from that. I hit him up and was like, let's work. But after that song came out, because people knew that song. Like if I went into studios like and I said I did this song, people actually knew that song. And like that helped so much because people were like, oh, you did that? All right, yeah, play some beats. And then shoot, even meeting you guys, like, you know, like being around, you know, just being able to go to events and stuff, like just starting to meet like the DJs and starting to meeting like more engineers and like people calling you or working with all the different producers I work with. Like they put you all in different situations and they might call you for something. And but after the Moneyman joint came out, like that's when like everything like started fast forwarding a little bit. I started working with a lot more people after that.
Was that the one we did, the one we did with you and Traumatone?
Yeah, on the first when you guys had the first YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Before I taken down. Yeah, we did that beat breakdown.
Yeah, and then you also did one that day with Chop House J.
Yeah, with Strap the Fool.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Both of them got taken down.
I know, right? Yeah, with the old channel and stuff, and then we had to be real careful about, you know, uploading stuff with certain programs. So, but we figured that out. Shout out to that company. It's all love now. So yeah, man, let's definitely get into some live Q&A. If you guys want to tap in, I know we got Steez, my guy Steez. We got Chris Pack here in the waiting room. So if you guys want to tap in and ask Mike some questions here, man, let's get it. Cause like I said, Mike's networking game is strong, man. And like I was saying in the TNT interview, like we've been in so many places where like, oh shit, Mike's here. Mike's in the other room working with such and such. So let's just go ahead and get it, man. Steez, let's bring Steez on in.
What's good, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, bro?
You just waking up? Mike? What's good?
You just waking up?
I mean, hey, I got my coffee though.
Let's get it. I
woke up like an hour ago. You won't catch me slipping this time.
Man, I'm here. They got this Keurig gang, so I don't got my coffee pot. I can't just fill up. I'd have to go run upstairs and make a. So yeah, I'm struggling.
Keurig gang is good, bro, but you got to drink it before it gets cold, or else it tastes like soil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you guys doing?
Doing good, bro. How about you, man?
I'm good, man. It's a little cold. It's a little rainy today, but I'm feeling good, man. Yeah, I'm in Utah still. I'm visiting my girl's family right now.
Oh yeah. All right, that makes sense.
That's where I'm at, man. Hey, shout out to my girl's family.
You know, always got to give it shouts. Mike, I wanted to ask you, man, because lately I've been getting on here kind of asking everyone their 2 cents on LUFs. Where are you kind of sitting with that when you're mixing and mastering, you know, the LUFS metering? I know that's kind of like the last variable before it gets uploaded in the Spotify.
Yeah.
All that shit. Where you sit with that?
Is that for engineering?
Yeah.
I don't engineer.
Bro, I just see mixer, and I was like, hey, I gotta shoot it from the hip. Maybe he.
Boom,
you know
every time.
Mike,
hey,
Mike the mixer.
You're in the studio too, so I'm like, hey, bro, I'm gonna ask him at least one question. Or the Zoom background, I don't know, but I wanted to talk to you, man. So at one point, so now I'm like in a situation where, you know, I'm selling beats, engineering, recording, mixing and mastering people's work, and I'm starting to see some bread from this shit, and I'm starting to position myself to where I'm not really working a job or need to be relying on one. Do you have any tips on people, or for people that are like, all right, bro, here's your first little bag, now go, you know what I'm saying, you're on your journey?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice? Because I had a situation where I was sleeping in my car for a little bit, you know, like 3 years ago, and you know, yeah, man, your story hit very well, so I figured you would be a good point to ask.
Well, whenever you get some money, just don't mess it up. Keep making money for sure.
Hell
like,
yeah.
You know, that's with anything though. If you get some money, you just don't go blow it. Like don't try to impress these people buying clothes, and you know all you're doing is impressing dudes. Like you ain't gotta do none of that. Just put it back in your craft. Like, you know, if you needed something like you're talking about, I guess with your mixing, with your engineering, like whatever you think you need to make it sound better, put that money back into that. Like
Right.
if when you first get some money, like put it back in your equipment. Like I had to go buy new laptops and all kinds of stuff. I got all the plugins now. Like that's what you need to be spending your money on, because if that's what's making you the money, then you need to keep throwing it in there so you can make more money.
Exactly. I kind of came in just a little bit when you guys started talking on the interview. When was all of this 21 Savage? When did all that first happen to you?
That was 2015.
You say 2017?
2015.
2015. Damn, that's a good era.
Well, 2016 with the 21 Savage. We did the Schoolie one at the end of 2015. 21 Savage was not as big as he was. He was a local Atlanta rapper at the time.
Amazing.
Uh-oh, you're freezing up on us, Steez.
You're freezing up. I thought it was me.
Steez, did we lose you? There he is. I don't know if you just asked a question, Steez, but you totally froze up.
No, that's hella funny. I was about to hop off, and then I froze, so it worked out perfectly. But yo, I got my hoodie last week. Shit hits amazing.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, and yeah, I'm gonna be on here later this week, bro. Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you so much for answering questions, bro.
No problem. Keep grinding.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, man. Your story was mad inspiring. Like hearing you fucking come out of the mud, I'm like, hey, bro, that's what's up, man. It's 8 a.m. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. All right, Steve.
Man. Hey, have a good one.
You too, bro.
Buddy.
Peace.
All right, next up we got Chris Pack. DX, I see you in there, bro. We'll get you in here next. Shout out to my bro DX. Big team ProducerGrind supporter. Chris Pack, man, go ahead. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's good with y'all, boys?
What's going on, man?
Good, bro?
Welcome to the morning show, bro.
Hey, shit, I appreciate y'all having me on this bitch, man. I ain't even expect this motherfucker.
Nah, most definitely, bro. You look like you're sitting at some. You look like you're sitting at some chief executive desk.
Nigga, I'm at work.
Okay.
Big boss out this bitch, man. Hey, no, I got a question. Real shit.
What's up?
So, I'm 16 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Young as hell. I've been producing for about a year. Seriously. Right. Making a little money off this shit. All right. I'm from Mississippi. You know where that's at?
Yeah, I've been through there.
Fucking sucks over here, man. Fuck. But I've been making a little money out this shit, man. I just want to hear, you know, if you was in my situation, bro, what would you do? If you could go back, well, no, I ain't even gonna
I was in your situation. I've already done your situation.
I'm just saying, though, if you was my age, bro, what would you be focused on right now?
Well, when I was your age, I was focusing on school and stuff, but because I didn't know about beats, bro. I wasn't making beats. But if I was, if I'm you and I'm your age and you're making beats, you just need to keep working. And how long you been making beats? You said?
Shit, I started in 6th grade. I was just fucking around and shit. But I've been good. I've been cool for about a year, like on some everyday shit. Just
you got an artist you work with?
Shit, I got a couple. It's a bunch of artists here where I'm at, bro. And you know what I'm saying? They decent, but we just ain't got no platforms, none of that shit over down here, like where I'm at and shit. So it's kind of hard, but you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, just keep working with them, bro. Like I locked in with an artist, my boy Lil Doug. Like if it wasn't for him, my beats wouldn't even sound like they are. You just need to keep working with them, and then when you feel like you're ready to move around and get around, come to Atlanta. Like if you can hit me up, bro. Whenever you come to Atlanta, just hit me up. I'll throw you right into the studio, and you know what I mean. Like it ain't nothing to it, bro. It's like I said, it's about who you know. Like you just keep working and you get ready and you feel like your beats are ready. Like then you just got to start going out there and just showing like this stuff don't happen overnight, bro. I know it seems like it does from, you just start hearing about people coming out of the woodwork, but bro, this stuff takes it feels like forever, bro. But when it happens, it happens. But for you, you just got to keep working and keep grinding and focus on, making your craft sound good and keep working at whatever you're doing, finish school, do all that stuff. And then you can start worrying about that. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, bro. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. For real. I just want to shout you out, Dylan, bro. I caught me 3 shirts. I got them last week, something like that.
Hey, man, I appreciate the support for real.
For real.
Man, I appreciate that support for real, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I fuck with y'all, man.
Bet it up,
Hey,
bro.
no, hey, Mike, I'm gonna hit you up though. I'm gonna hit you up. What I need to hit you up on?
Send me some loops.
All right.
I got you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
He said, where should he hit you up though? At One Mike Mixer on IG, right?
Yeah, at One Mike Mixer.
Bet it up. Yeah, I got it in the description too. So if you guys want to go ahead and tap in, man, let's bring DX in here. DX always got a good question. DX.
We waiting.
He fell asleep. We got another one in here. Let's bring Takeasip in here while DX is getting it together. Take a sip. That's what I wish I could take a sip right now, but I'm out of coffee. Well, I got a little.
DX.
Yo, waiting.
He fell asleep.
Who's going first, man?
We got another one here.
All right,
I don't care.
DX, I just muted you, bro. We're gonna bring you in a second. Take a sip. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, what's good, bro? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, I'm good too. So I have a question. Like, I'm pretty much in the same situation right now as you was. So I'm from Philadelphia. I'm in Philly right now. So I'm working with currently I work with Jetson May team, and I have a couple artists who's gonna blow up pretty soon. And I'm trying to move to Atlanta too. So like, what's the good advice? To like, what should I do? Like once I move to Atlanta, what should I do in there? Because I don't have people that I know in there. So what should I do? Like,
this is what you do. You should definitely go to events like what Dylan does with ProducerGrind. You should do those type of things. You should go to strip clubs. Look, I know people probably laughing, but I'm telling you, man,
not to having fun, right?
Is where these people are at. I'm talking about the A&Rs. I'm talking about the DJs, the rappers, the girls that know the rappers, the homeboys that know the rappers. When you go to the strip clubs on certain nights, there'll be certain artists. They have like I think on Thursday, because I used to work at Platinum. I used to like count people when they come in, and every Thursday night is when they'd have like 10 or 12 different artists coming there, and it would be like a single party. They would throw some money and they'd have their song being played at the club. And guess what I would do? Hey, I make beats and I have a studio. Okay, cool. Boom, 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 boom. So like literally like every Thursday I was meeting different artists every day. Like Rennie Rucci was in there one time. Like Dae Dae came through, like all kind of artists would come through. But when you're at the strip club, bro, like you just gotta look, but you also gotta do your research and you gotta know what these people look like, because these people look normal. They don't, a lot of these people who work at the at the labels and stuff, they just look normal. They don't have nothing on. They look super normal. Like you just gotta know people's faces and stuff. But strip clubs are good, events are good. Sometimes you just get lucky. Like I ran into Gunner at the gas station one night. Like you just run into people, like just being in Atlanta, bro, like you don't know who you're gonna run into. Like even out in LA, like you just, you gotta travel and just be around. Like when you get to the A, like you just gotta go to studios. If there's if you gotta book a session at a studio, book a session. And then when you book a session, maybe crack your door open a little bit and have your beats playing out loud so people can hear it. Somebody might come through and be like, hey man, I like that. All right, cool. Let me get your number. You know what I mean?
So I should go just to this, like, how does that happen? Like, should I just walk in the studio? How does that happen?
Well, if you book a session, like you got the room, and then when you have the session, you can you're free to do whatever in the studio. You can maybe walk around or just kind of meet some people. Like at 11th Street, I would wait in the lobby area, and I would wait for like somebody from a session, like one of their friends or something, when they would come out. I would be like, "Hey man, do you guys need any beats?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, we do actually," because for some reason artists don't have beats. I don't know why. Like literally, like these big artists, they don't ever have beats. They always need beats, and for some reason. So I would wait for people's friends to come outside. I would ask them if they needed beats. It's like stuff you can do like that, bro. It's just like if you're here, it's a lot easier than that email and stuff. I don't ever email beats. Every person I've ever worked with has been face to face.
That shit garbage.
Yeah, like emailing, like you can get lucky though. I mean, you can get placements through emails. But like just if you come to Atlanta, bro, you just gotta be out and about. Like if you're in your house, you're not out and about. Like people who stay in their house when they're down here, they're not doing it. They gotta get out, go somewhere. Like if you gotta just pull up somewhere, book a session, like meet, like tell one of your friends to book a session at the studio, and so you can be in there.
Would you recommend interning?
Yeah, interns. Yeah, that's another. I forgot about that. Interns, bro. Like, interning is a great opportunity to meet people. But with the interning though, like, you just got to be at the right studio for sure. I've seen interns go. What dang, what's the dude's name? It was somebody that I knew that was an intern, and all of a sudden they just leveled up, and now they're pretty big. I forgot who it was though. But yeah, interning. Yeah, shout out whoever that is. I mean, it's happened before, but yeah, interning is good. I forgot about that. Being like somebody with some sounds, like my boy VST Supreme, like just him knowing how to put people's sounds on computers, like that gets him into a lot of rooms. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, I had him in there with Done Deal and Bless and all kinds of people, and he was, telling him he knows how to do all this and that. So it's like, just knowing how to do stuff, being an engineer. If you know how to engineer, you can always get into a room. Like that's easy too.
All right. Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, I don't know if that answers your question. If you want me to, you just got to be out. If you come here, you just got to be around. Right.
All right. Yeah, that was my question, bro. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Peace.
I don't know what happened to DX. His phone must have died or whatever. But we got Tez Beats, Tez Dae. Oh, he doesn't even realize he's on the Zoom right now. What is this man doing?
I can't see him. I don't know what he's doing.
Let me put him on blast right now. Yo.
That man was rocking out.
Right. Connect to that audio, bro. TB said DX Dreads got tangled up in the Wi-Fi. There we go, Taz. What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's good? My bad, man. I'm just cooking up a little bit.
Can you mute that YouTube bit in the background?
Yeah, I got you.
What's going on, bro?
You got me?
Yes, sir. You're live, man.
I appreciate it. What's good, Dylan, man? Shout out to you and what you do with the ProducerGrind, man. Much love for the show.
Appreciate the love, bro.
Mike, yo, man, shout out to your endeavors. But I have a question.
What's good?
My question is this. How important is the environment as it comes to mixing and mastering? Would you say your environment is important or does it play a factor at all?
You talking about for making beats?
Producing, recording, mixing, and mastering.
I mean, you could do it in a studio, or there's been hits that's been recorded in hotel rooms. You talking about like people being around you, or just like?
No, I mean just as it comes from the mixing aspect and the mastering aspect. Would you say the environment is important, or does it play a factor at all?
I'd say it's important. I'd say it's definitely important. I would say that, your equipment is important. Like you should always have, good equipment. But at the same time, like, there's songs that get put out that are unmixed and then, You know, the mix on the beats might sound bad, the vocals might be crazy, and that's a hit. So,
Okay.
you know, I don't know, man. I'd say it's important though, definitely for sure.
Okay, that was my only question, man. Appreciate it. I ain't gonna take up too much time. Let somebody else get in here and do their thing.
Nah, you good, brother.
You, Dylan, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir. Appreciate you, bro. Okay. That man cooking. DX, the outdoorsman, where you at, bro? Oh man, DX, you got to get it together today, man.
He's the outdoorsman. What kind of outdoors he be doing?
I don't know. He looks like he's outdoors doing something. He was working out or something. There he goes.
Hey.
DX, what's good, bro?
What's happening, bro? I'm outside, man. My bad.
Flip that camera around. Oh man, look at you. He's like, we got Mike Mix in the build. I got to get my bow in there.
I can't see it. I can't even see it.
My bad. Oh, my bad. Little compound. Hey,
yeah,
hey, Mike. Hey, nice to meet you, bro. Thank you guys for having me in the chat. Dylan, what's up? Chat, what's up?
What up, bro? Can you turn the camera
Mike, I just
sideways?
Sideways?
Can you turn it just so you're not sideways? There you go. What you got there, man?
It's
Crossbow?
It's a compound.
What's that?
Kind of like in the same shit.
Okay.
Hey, so I just wanted to talk about this whole
the whole thing. A hunting question.
No.
That would be hilarious. What if somebody come here and was like, "Hey, man, I want to catch this certain fish. I don't know what to use," and it looks like.
Hey, that's my next year. We're doing the fishing thing this year too, though. I just got into this whole compound situation though, but I wanted to kind of like address this whole because you know we this let's call it the pull-up era where if you're talented, whether or not you have relationships, you could just pull up someone and be like, "Yo, I got this for you. If it sound good, fuck with it. If not, I just came back from Atlanta about 3 weeks ago,
right.
And the whole everything is it's crazy out there. Like if you don't know anybody out there and you don't really have something already established, it's kind of hard to just pull up.
Right.
I would ask you if but I still recommend anybody just pull up if you got some beats, pull up on whoever, a producer, engineer, artist, or whatever. But have you noticed like a shift in the methods used to pull up on somebody because of the corona and the protests and all this stuff? Because I swear to God, I was out there. It was a protest every single week on the same street, and it kind of move around.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, to be honest with you, bro, I don't really pull up on people like that no more. I work around the circle that I know, and I meet people that way. As far as me just pulling up on people like how I used to, I definitely not doing that anymore. Cause like a lot of the stuff I was doing, like how I was telling y'all earlier, like just walking into the rooms and just talking to the engineers, like sometimes, bro, that does not go well. You know what I mean? Like that sometimes I don't know how I got away with some of the stuff, how I just walked into people's sessions and stuff, like big artist sessions. Like I was just walking in there on just some, hey, what's up?
I think most successful situations are a product of that, like getting away with something. Like
I just got it, but now I do see like, but see, I don't know, because it's like it's so crazy. It just seemed like it was so easy to get into the studios. If I came up here right now, I feel like it'd be a little bit harder because you know there is a little bit more protocol and there is a little bit more stuff going on. You know, like especially with like the coronavirus and stuff. Like, you know, you get around somebody and start coughing, they're gonna look at you weird, or you sneeze or some weird stuff, you're getting kicked out.
There's a lot of situations that I heard of, you know, in Atlanta, like, oh, I just pulled up at the Waffle House and I met Whoopie Whoop at the Waffle House. But if you go to the Waffle House, there's no dine-in. Like, they're not allowing nobody to sit in. And
no, you can sit in. You can sit in now.
Yeah, maybe now. But, you know, when I got there, it was like everything was shut down. It's like, you know, where you would normally see, because I've been in Atlanta before, and where you would normally see artists hanging out, there was nobody there no more. So it was kind of crazy.
I'm going to tell you this, though, since you're talking about pulling up on people, and this is one thing that you should never do. If you see an artist and you're trying to work with him, do not ask for a picture.
Right.
I don't know if people, I strongly advise, do not ask for a picture. If you are trying to work with somebody, even in the studio sessions, do not ask for pictures. it is so like people, I don't know what it is about that, but people want to just it makes you look different because this is a job. You feel me?
That's taking your eye off the prize. Asking for a picture is you taking your eye off the prize.
Right. And it's like you look so like you could have did the hardest song ever, and then you
that looks thirsty.
Yeah, you looking there. Don't take pictures. But if you're pulling up on people and you see somebody, just talk to them. Like, you know, in Atlanta, like I was saying, like, bro, you just never know who you're gonna run into.
I usually want to talk to managers though and agents, and there was nobody out though.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't know why people always go for the like. I looked for an artist today I wanted to work with, and I did some research on him and found his manager and his actually his A&R, and I DM'd him on Instagram. He DM'd me right back. Like,
right.
I would have never. The artist ain't gonna hit me back.
Right. Forget the artist. It's the entourage.
Artist. You got to talk to the people around him.
Right.
Sure.
Right. Hey, well, thanks for having me on, Dylan. Thank you, bro. I'll see you traveling. Can't wait till you get back to the A, get back to business. Mike, congratulations on all the success. I'm a big fan of everything that you dropped, and I'll holler at y'all.
Most definitely.
Right,
the last thing I'm gonna say, DX, is you came at like one of the most
weird
different.
It was critical.
Yeah, I wouldn't judge Atlanta by the time period you came. Like I would definitely.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it was time to like go back to the drawing board and kind of just like wait for things to die down and wait for Atlanta to open up. Because like I said, I was out there and it was like 50-year-olds, people who were born and raised in Atlanta. They're like, yo, I don't remember my city being like this. So I came out of crazy. Definitely came at a crazy time. Hey, y'all have a good one, bro. Stay blessed, Kings.
Yes, sir. You too, bro.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to DX, man. Cool, man. Mike, man, we appreciate your time this morning, man. We appreciate the gems. Definitely, like a lot of these guys are saying, very inspiring. And I think it was important for people to just kind of get this different perspective and just to see that how if you got strong faith and you got a strong networking game and a strong drive, and you're willing to fight through those times of maybe having to sleep in your car in a parking lot or sleep on a concrete slab. You know what I mean? So it's just you gotta see what your goals are and how much you value those goals and what you're willing to risk to reach those goals. Right. I like to end off the episodes like this, man. If you could boil it down to the best advice that you could give. We got 235 people watching right now. A lot of them are you know, there's people in all different areas or all different places on their timeline, but I think there's a lot of guys that are here. If you rewind your life back a couple years, you know, before you moved to Atlanta, before you started getting placements, if you could boil it down, man, to the best piece of advice you could give any aspiring producer right now, what do you think that would be?
I would definitely tell them to be patient. This stuff does not happen overnight. If you get a placement and you feel like that's the one, it's not. Keep working. It's never the one. You always got to keep working. Work with other people, but don't sound so like fast to jump on something. Like if you're trying to, you know, if you work with me, don't ask me if it got placed. Like just keep working with me, build a relationship, be genuine with people. I've known Dylan for almost 3 years. I've continued to stay in contact with you. You got to talk to people. If you're in a room, if you're back home, just know that it can happen there. But, you know, if you have to move. Like, don't let nobody tell you that you can't. You can do anything you put your mind to, and you got to keep working. You got to keep grinding. I'm definitely nowhere where I want to be. So, you know, I didn't want to do nothing with him until I went like gold or something. I ain't even, you know what I mean? But like, you know, it's coming, it's on the way. Like, and you guys can do whatever you want. And just keep focused, keep grinding, keep making beats, invest in yourself, and it'll come back, you know, all around. It just takes time. For sure.
Most definitely, man. Hey, man, we appreciate the words of wisdom. Like I said, we appreciate the story, appreciate the gems, appreciate you being willing to, you know, shed some light on some of the darker times and the weird times in your career. So, man, one more time, man, we appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
All right, bro. We'll link soon, man.
All right, for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Take it easy. Cool, man. So, yeah. I'm glad this episode went good, man. We finally got the audio in both ears, so we're good to go for the rest of the week. Man, we got some other dope interviews lined up, too, for the rest of the week. I will announce the one for Wednesday tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do a call-in show. So, shoot me a text, man. I know I shot you guys a text yesterday and asked you who I shot a few people a text yesterday or the day before asking, who do you want to see on the show? But shoot me a text and let me know if you guys are in Text Gang. Obviously, most of you guys are in Text Gang at this point. If you're not, shoot me a text, 404-737-1304. That's 404-737-1304. Let me know what you guys want to talk about tomorrow. If you guys want to call in and talk about a specific topic. And yeah, man, we're just going to chop it up. This is episode 38, I believe. So we're almost at 40. So yeah, man, 40, we're going to have to celebrate. We're going to have to do something, do some kind of giveaway. 50, we're definitely going to have to celebrate. 50 episodes deep, man. A lot of you guys have been here every episode, so we appreciate the love, appreciate the community, appreciate the environment and the energy that you guys bring to these. Everyone that participates in the chat, man, the mods, our day ones, everything. Shout out to the early gang. And so tomorrow, tap into the call-in show. If you guys didn't already, go grab the TB Digital All You Need expansion pack. It is back to full price now, so shout out to everyone that caught that half off price over the weekend. It is back to full price, but it's still very underpriced for the value. So there's a lot of dope stuff, man. There's 50 plus more new drum sounds, really diverse sounds that you won't find in any of our other kits. And man, it also comes with a one-shot kit that I've been seeing people sending me some videos, some crazy stuff they've been doing with the one-shot kit. It's Pyrex inspired. There's some crazy royalty-free loops. I think it's a 25 pack of royalty-free loops. And man, what else is in there, man? Mixer presets, FL hi-hat presets. It's really dope. But appreciate everyone for tapping in, man. Shout out to Mike Mixer. Shout out to everyone that called in for the Q&A. And yeah, man, smash that like button. Yes sir, Leno, remind them, smash that like button before you guys head out. Help us send this out the right way into the algorithm. And we will be back tomorrow, every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Let's go. Shout out to Sunburn Dylan.